Hello, and welcome to the eCon Planning Suite online tutorials. This is one in a series of video tutorials demonstrating the functionality and components of the eCon Planning Suite. At the end of this tutorial, you will be able to adjust display settings in CPD Maps to produce maps that clearly illustrate the range of housing and economic conditions in different geographies. To get started, let's open CPD Maps and select a jurisdiction. As a demonstration, we will first create a default map via the Layers widget that displays housing cost burden and home multifamily activities to assess if home rental activities are serving neighborhoods with high cost burden. To show home multifamily activities, click Activity and Property Locations, Home, and finally, check Home Multifamily Activities. To display housing cost burden, select Community Indicators, Housing Need, Affordability, and lastly, Housing Cost Burden. The layers will appear on the map and in the legend. As you can see, the data breaks are not evenly distributed, and there is a large concentration of home multifamily activities. Both of these variable types, thematic and point-based, can be customized to better illustrate the desired objective of the map. Let's first edit the thematic base layer. To edit the display settings, either right-click and select Layer Settings, or hover over the layer name and select Click for Settings. Either of these options will open the Settings window for any layer in the Layers widget. The first setting that can be configured is the layer's transparency. Changing this allows you to show less or more of the underlying base map. Data breaks are based on the range of data within different geographies. The second setting allows you to select the geographic basis for data breaks. CPD Maps defaults to basing the breaks on the range of data at the national level. However, you can set the data breaks to be based on only the range of the jurisdictions or the region's underlying data. As we change the symbology legend settings to jurisdiction, note how the data breaks change. Next, you can select the geography by which you would like to display the data. It can be set at census tract, county, or state. Note that these settings can be set as default settings for all thematic layers during the CPD Maps session by clicking Apply to All Layers. The final setting option for thematic data in CPD Maps changes the number and type of data breaks. The system default is 5 data breaks displayed using natural breaks. You can edit the number of breaks between 2 and 5, as well as change the type of break. Break options include natural breaks, equal intervals, geometric intervals, quantiles, or custom breaks. The CPD Maps desk guide explains these different types of breaks in the Customizing Maps section. In this example, we'll adjust the number of breaks to 3 and customize the breaks to be less than 35, 35 to 50, and greater than 50. As you see, this helps show areas with low, medium, and high levels of cost burden. Let's now look at how to customize the display settings for point-based data. Like with the thematic layer, either right-click or hover over the home multifamily activity layer and click for settings. Similar to thematic layers, you can adjust the transparency of the point-based layers with the transparency bar. The next setting option allows you to display CDBG or home activity data from all grantees or to limit to only state or to entitlement grantees. Selecting state or entitlement only makes it easier to produce a map illustrating activities that were only funded by state grantees or entitlement grantees. The final setting option is to set the year range for which to display data. If, for instance, you want to analyze the location of investments over the past 10 years, you can use these settings to display the relevant data. Note how the legend updates to show the selected year range. Similar to the thematic layer, you can apply these settings to all point-based CDBG and home activity layers in CPD Maps. It is important to note that settings cannot be saved for future CPD Maps sessions. If you want to recreate the map, it is a best practice to save the map as a PDF and note the settings applied so you can easily recreate it. With a little practice, you'll find that you can fairly quickly edit the settings for both the thematic and point-based layers to best tell your story, helping you produce maps that clearly illustrate variations among housing, economic, and demographic data within the community. Thank you for participating in the online tutorial on configuring maps. For additional tutorials and resources, please go to the 1CPD resource library.